On January 12, 2023, the SEC charged Genesis Global Capital LLC and Gemini Trust Company LLC for the unregistered sale and offerings of securities to retail investors. According to the SEC suit, Genesis and Gemini successfully raised billions of dollars in cryptocurrency assets from hundreds of thousands of investors through the alleged unregistered offering. Additional organizations and individuals may be investigated as part of the ongoing probe into potential violations of securities law. The complaint states that in December 2020, Genesis, a subsidiary of Digital Currency Group, entered into an agreement with Gemini to provide Gemini customers, including retail investors in the United States, the opportunity to loan their crypto assets to Genesis in exchange for interest payments from Genesis. Genesis and Gemini began offering the Gemini Earn program to retail investors in February 2021, with Gemini serving as the agent to enable the tender of cryptocurrency assets from Gemini Earn investors to Genesis. From the profits Genesis distributed to Gemini Earn investors, Gemini withheld an agent charge of up to 4.29%. Genesis allegedly used Gemini Earn investors' cryptocurrency holding any way it saw fit, at its own discretion, in order to make a profit and distribute that profit to the investors. According to the complaint, Genesis announced in November 2022 that Gemini Earn investors could not withdraw their crypto due to a lack of liquidity caused by the crypto assets market volatility. When it announced the freeze on withdrawals, Genesis held roughly $900 million in crypto assets belonging to 340,000 Gemini Earn investors. Earlier this month, Gemini ended their Gemini Earn program. Gemini Earn investors still are not able to withdraw their crypto assets. In its complaint, the SEC argues that the Gemini Earn program violates federal securities laws because it involves the sale of securities that were not registered with the Commission. Chairman of the Securities and Exchange Commission, Gary Gensler, stated, "We allege that Genesis and Gemini offered unregistered securities to the public, bypassing disclosure requirements designed to protect investors." Gensler further said, "Today's charges build on previous actions to make clear to the marketplace and the investing public that crypto lending platforms and other intermediaries need to comply with our time-tested securities laws. Doing so best protects investors. It promotes trust in markets. It's not optional. It's the law." When addressing the lawsuit, the director of the SEC's Enforcement Division, Gerber S. Gruel, said, "The recent collapse of crypto asset lending programs and the suspension of Genesis program underscore the critical need for platforms offering securities to retail investors to comply with the federal securities laws." Gruel went on to say, "As we've seen time and time again, the failure to do so denies investors the basic information they need to make informed investment decisions. Our investigations in this space are very much active and ongoing, and we encourage anyone with information about this matter or other possible securities law violations to come forward, including under our whistleblower program if applicable." The SEC has filed a case against Genesis and Gemini in the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of New York, alleging that the companies violated Sections 5A and 5C of the Securities Act of 1933. The complaint seeks a permanent injunction, disgorgement of ill-gotten gains, plus prejudgment interest and civil penalties. So, will the SEC's lawsuit be the final nail in the coffin for crypto lending platforms? Stay tuned. Cheers.